It's the boss.
Oh, yeah.
Hey!
Hi, hello.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Berlin Open Stage Show.
Yes, welcome to another episode. I am Trevor. I'm one of the hosts, and I'm here with...
Stentor Jonsson, the other one.
And we're very excited to be bringing you new episodes during this crazy time. And for those who are unfamiliar with the show, the Berlin Open Stage Show is an open stage, usually in front of a live audience, where Steindor and I, in Berlin at the Comedy Cafe Berlin, where we pretty much let someone random that we don't know often sign up and have total control over the stage, and we record that hour into podcast form.
But season 4, we were hoping to take the show on the road. All our hosts went out into the world with recording devices, and now they are basically quarantined all over the world. So it's not so much a Berlin Open Stage Show now. It's something wildly different.
Exactly. And but we've got some great stuff in the works still. And this episode is a great one nonetheless, because it is a returning host, someone who's been on the show 3 times before.
Yeah, 4th episode for Alvin Fadin, the screenwriter.
Yeah, so Alvin is a screenwriter and also a famous, I believe, Academy Award seat filler. And he always brings us a new screenplay that he does his first ever public reading of in front of an audience. And so he's brought us his newest screenplay that he's written, I guess, in the throes of all this quarantining stuff now. So very exciting.
Yes. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the table read with Alvin Fadin. As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a screenwriter. To me, being a screenwriter was better than being president of the United States. Even before I first signed up for an Aaron Sorkin class at masterclass.com, I knew I wanted to be a part of them. It was there that I knew that I belonged. To me, it meant being somebody in Hollywood that was full of nobodies. They weren't like anybody else. I mean, they did whatever they wanted. They used the same dialogue in multiple scripts, and nobody ever called them out on it. In the summer, when they did Coke all night, nobody ever thought, hey, maybe we should force him to hire a room of writers. If they poisoned liberal politics with their TV show about the White House, nobody batted an eye. When I became a screenwriter, I was the luckiest kid in the world. I could go anywhere. I could do anything. I knew everybody, and everybody knew me. People looked at me differently. I didn't have to wait in line at Starbucks on Sunday morning anymore for a seat next to an outlet. The owner knew who I was, and he'd come from around the counter, no matter how many people were waiting, and personally asked me to leave. I was taken care of first. My neighbor didn't park in my driveway anymore, even though I didn't have a car, because he knew I'd come out and ask him to represent me. At 30, I was making more money than most of the children in the neighborhood. One day, some of the kids from the neighborhood carried my mother's groceries all the way home for her because they knew I was stalking her, getting ready to steal money for more master classes. It was out of respect. Thank you. Welcome back to the table read. I'm, of course, your host, Alvin Fadin, recently profiled on the screenwriting website The Blacklist for my horror feature. No, sorry, that's supposed to be had my profile blacklisted from a dating website for having horrible features. And I'm here today to read my newest screenplay with some very talented people helping me out. I'd like to introduce them. First of all, Coach Dan. Coach Dan, you're reading with me today.
Yeah, hello. Hey, everybody.
How are you doing?
You ready?
Coach?
Yeah.
Do I call you Coach? Do I call you Dan? What do I do?
Look, right now you gotta call me Coach, okay? You gotta learn some respect first, okay? See where we're at. See where we're at in 30 minutes, all right?
That's cool. I'm happy with that, Coach. Thank you so much for reading with me my newest screenplay. Also, we have Tara Treadles. Amazing to have you, Tara.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Tara, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Tara Treadles. You can call me Miss Tara. I run Tara Treadles Talent Company in Atlanta, Georgia, where I manage tiny tots with a lot of talent.
That's great. Sorry I mispronounced your name, Tara. I'm, of course, from Hungary, so sometimes I mess up English.
And of course, I can see from your background. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah. This is beautiful Budapest. I, of course, returned home for quarantine, even though I left here, during the, start of the Orban regime for greener pastures. But I'm back in Budapest now. And also joining us via video conferencing, Brit Tansickle, my agent. Brit, so good to see you.
Alvin, hey, how are you? Hi, it's really good to be here. I'm in LA, baby, and boy, oh boy, is this thing a hot old mess.
I can imagine. Brit, I was wondering if you recognized my opening monologue. It's from a little-known film from the last century, Goodfellas. I don't know if you've heard. Maybe you've heard about the director Martin Scorsese, who is he's mostly known as an opponent to Marvel movies.
Yeah, no. Of course, I completely was familiar with this Goodfellas monologue. Marty and I go way back. I used to have lunch with him all the time. In fact, I'm having lunch with him tomorrow. Marty and I, just the two of us, social distancing, of course, doing all the necessary steps, but we are having lunch. We are moving forward with tons of exciting projects. And I'm really excited to hear what you've got in store for us today with this new screenplay, Alvin. I need it on my desk. I needed it yesterday, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Hey, let me ask you something. If I'm going to be teaching drama next year in the high school. That's why I'm here, and, I don't understand anything that you guys have been talking about so far. I don't know any of these things. Do I got to know that to
Well, Martin Scorsese, of course, is kind of a deep cut in the cinema universe. I wouldn't expect anyone who's a newcomer to know his works, but like the crate diggers, so to speak, of movies. The crate diggers, the people who dig through the crates of the old VHS tapes, they will know.
What's that, some kind of newfangled workout or something?
No, it's just looking through old boxes, which I guess could be a workout in these trying times that we have.
I gotta say, what's wrong with lifting weights?
Well, we're not allowed to anymore. I think that's the only thing that is wrong with it, at least.
Well, if I can just jump in, I would say that I have my kids. I encourage them to lift little cans of beans or whatever, their little definition in their tiny arms, which I think looks good on camera. So you can do little exercises, even when you're at home in lockdown. And if I could just say one more thing about Scorsese, I don't like him one bit, and I don't trust him because I actually, if you know the Marvel film where they got that little tree character who all he says is, "I am Groot," that was actually played by a child, and I represented that child. That child's name is Kennedy, and he's extremely talented.
Wow. And you mean the original Groot, not the baby version that is at the end of, I think, Guardian of the Galaxy?
Oh, no, excuse me. I am talking, of course, of baby Groot.
Okay.
Because my child is himself very, very small, and so he was a natural fit to play Groot, baby Groot.
Yeah, for a moment I was excited that maybe you knew Vin Diesel and really just hoping to, milk that connection maybe. Again, I am just hungry to get my screenplay out there. Brit, I've been sending you screenplays. I've been asking how it's going. Is there any traction? Is there any heat in Hollywood on the streets regarding the name Alvin Fadin and the upcoming projects?
Well, look, I mean, I'm going to cut to the chase here, Alvin, and I don't want to disappoint you, but there's literally no heat on the streets whatsoever at the moment. Nobody's out. Nobody's doing anything. Nothing is moving. We talk about deep cuts. We talk about Scorsese. I got a deep cut for you, my bank account. Okay, so keep that money coming, and then we can talk business later. Okay.
Okay, I have, of course, been paying you a monthly salary, a stipend. It's just weird because I hear that most agents take a percentage of the sales, but you do it a little bit differently.
Yeah, and look, Alvin, you've produced how many screenplays in the past year alone? So, I mean, if we want to talk productivity here, you are doing great ahead of everyone else right now. And so I think that it's possible that you can completely draw a straight line of your productivity to those Western Union checks you've been sending me every single month.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, how much are you paying him? How much are you paying your agent a month?
I believe it's $1,500 per month.
That's correct.
Oh,
It's
wow.
I mean, I have been producing screenplays, but those screenplays haven't been produced, if you know what I mean. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for the payday to kind of recoup the past, what has it been, 4 years of monthly payments, which also are linked to inflation, so that they have been going up.
Well, look, I don't, you know, this is not an opportunity to discuss the financial side of things. Tara, I'm sure you run your agency a little differently than I do, and Coach Dan, I'm sure you run your phys ed classes a little differently than I would if I were in your shoes too. So let's not get into the business of telling each other what is normal. Nothing is normal right now, and you know, frankly speaking, Alvin, you could be paying me more. I mean, there's a big talk right now in the industry. I don't know if you've heard. You know, little birds chirping about the news, so to speak. But there's going to be a script strike. People are saying that there's a demand on April 1st that they get scripts in the mail, and people are saying they're not going to be writing their scripts this month, and that is going to be a disaster. Okay, unprecedented disaster.
What does that mean for me?
Well,
does that mean I have to?
It's up to you. I mean, if you want to send me a script as per normal, and if you want to continue to send me the money, then we can continue to have a good working relationship. If you choose to script strike, Alvin, I mean, if you think that that's the appropriate thing to do, then we are going to have to renegotiate. But we shouldn't be doing this on mic right now.
Oh no, of course not. So, how are you feeling about reading my script or parts thereof? Just, it's so exciting to hear these words come to life. And I've had nothing to do in this isolation than write. And this one I banged out over the weekend. And I'm just so excited to hear it. Everyone feeling good about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like I always give my team like a good pregame talk, you know? I've been doing this for 35 years now. And every year, more and more kids are saying to me, you know, oh, you'd be a great actor. You'd be a great actor, Coach Dan. And I'm like, you know what? We're laying teachers off left and right. Every teacher's got to take up extra classes. Sports might be canceled forever. So I got to teach them to act, and I got to do it myself, you know? People always like to say, oh, if you can't teach, but that's bull. That's a load of bull. So I'm going to do and then teach.
I assume that's why you reached out to me out of nowhere. I was so excited to hear from you. You wanted to be involved, and I'm just hoping to start some kind of a community, even if it's over the internet.
Yeah,
and
you want to be good in the game, you got to practice.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, sometimes I write comedy, sometimes I don't. But it just made me think, because you said sports was canceled. I was thinking, did they find sports old tweets?
I don't get the reference.
And I was thinking, you know, how, you know, cancel culture is this thing that's, you know, people are looking through people's past and seeing like if they did something racist or sexist or something in the past. And oftentimes that comes through on Twitter, and then they will cancel that person.
Who cancel? What? Who are you talking about?
No, I'm just talking about like, you know, I could go through the names of the Hollywood people. You always tell me not to say anything bad about anybody in Hollywood.
No, you never.
Yeah, so I don't want to mention any specific names of any, like, let's say stand-up comedians that have done homophobic tweets in the past or anything like that. I'm sorry I took us on this tangent. I just thought it was a funny joke. Maybe we could fit it into the script later if you find a moment to.
You thought ruining someone's career was a funny joke?
No, I know. I mean, I certainly, if I were to have success in Hollywood, I certainly wouldn't want anyone to go through the things I have done in Budapest.
You know what could cancel something? Lightning. You don't want your kids out on the field if you see lightning. Got to wait 30 minutes.
And I do hope this screenplay turns out to be a lightning in a bottle. And
you know, I've had to cancel kids before. Child actors, I've had to cancel them.
You've had to cancel kids?
Why? Mm-hmm.
What did they do? Oh.
Out of humor. I cancel it right away. You get canceled from my agency, I'll ruin your career. You'll never work again in the town. I had to do it. I don't like it, but
I just make
do
them run
have to.
laps. I make them run laps. They got to come to the weight room in the morning.
My kids are too young. I wish I could make them run laps. I can't. But I can make sure they never work in the town of Atlanta, Georgia, or in the Southeast market.
I was going to
again.
ask Tara what town you
fallacy.
meant that they couldn't work in again. I was going to ask, and you specified now Atlanta.
Oh, I
Okay.
mean Atlanta.
Yeah.
But can I tell you, there's a lot of film work in Atlanta. It's because of the incentives. I don't have to tell you.
Yeah.
We got all sorts of film work. We got Vampire Diaries. We got Vampire Diaries right down the street from me. They're filming Vampire Diaries. I see them all the time.
I believe it. I've got 3 shell companies based out of Atlanta anyway, so.
I can't
I'm
watch
happy to hear that.
TV.
Congratulations.
You
I put the
can't watch
TV on.
TV?
I put the TV on, fall asleep.
Oh, okay. So just in any situation where you put the TV on, you will fall asleep.
You
Go to the
can, you
movies.
just
I
don't.
go to the movies. I get a cramp in my leg, then I fall asleep.
Do you still have a subscription? Do you have like a cable subscription or anything like that?
No, I don't know. I'll let my kids deal with that.
Should we get started with this movie, Alvin?
Oh, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I'm hearing
I'm
the,
ready.
the ticking clock here.
Should we put our hands in? Should
wanna
we
hear
put our
more.
So
hands
sorry
in?
for derailing. Yeah, we put our hats in. Is that for like a go team kind of thing?
Yeah.
And my hats are kind of going in and out of the Budapest
All right.
background here.
Script on 3. Script on 3. 1, 2, 3. Script.
Script.
Correct.
And then we had like a little bit of a delay as we are all over the world. We're in Atlanta, we're in Los Angeles, we're in Budapest. And Coach Stan, where are you?
Long Island.
Long Island, of course. So, okay, of course, I sent you all a copy of the script
Yes,
on
I have
PDF.
it here.
And I have kind of a thing that I do is that all my scripts are 4-word titles. And I like when we do these kind of table reads to read the title 1 word at a time. So maybe if we could go, go in order, just from Tara to Coach to Brit to me, and just read the title of the script. 1 word at a time.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. Just so the first word here is forgotten.
Forever.
Homes.
Sorry, I didn't hear the 3rd word of the title of my script.
Homes.
Forgotten Forever Homes Foreclosed. Forgotten Forever Homes Foreclosed. And this is kind of this takes place after the financial crisis of 2008, the subprime mortgage crash. We follow a family who has lost everything to the bank, but are trying to remember their own roots despite all of this. And is that something you got from the script? Did you understand where I was going with the kind of inner conflict and the external conflict of the leading characters?
Yeah, I have to say I was a bit confused at first just because of the strong anti-communist tones of one of your previous works, Crash, Bang, Fire, Boom. So when I read that you were doing a sort of like anti-capitalist script this time around, I was a bit worried. But it's pretty good that you ended up making this family sort of anti-heroes in the end, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, and they are sort of anti-heroes. They are, of course, the Paul family, which is a kind of a nod to Ron and Rand,
And Jake and Logan.
And may they all get well soon. We wish them a
Yes.
speedy recovery from the virus.
We do. And let's hope that when this episode of the Burn and Open Stage show comes out, they are all still alive and kicking.
Hey, knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood where I am.
So, okay, how about we just, I think the opening image of this is so strong, and I think the opening scene is kind of like sets the tone for the entire script. So how about we just read the opening scene from Forgotten Forever, Home Foreclosed. And we didn't mention the dash in the middle there between first 2 and the last 2 words, which I think I'm kind of going the way the Mission Impossible films use dashes, because they already have a colon between Mission and Impossible. It would be weird to have a second colon. I don't need to get into my process like this, I guess, but this is the way I felt about it.
They got very soothing intro music to those movies.
It is soothing. The Mission Impossible theme.
Yeah, make it 10 seconds and then I'm out.
And do you only watch them on TV or also in the movie theaters?
I told you, I go to the movies, I get a cramp in my legs, and then I fall asleep. I don't know, what am I paying $14.50 for? Somebody tell me. I don't know. My wife's like, we got to see this movie. Fine, okay, I got to keep up. I got to connect with my players, you know? I say, all right, let's go. And then I'm out. Boom.
Boom. Crash, bang, fire, boom. Sorry, Tara, you were saying something?
Oh, I'm just worried. Coach, are you worried at all about staying awake during this reading? Or it's not cinematic experiences in general. It's just when you're looking at it on the TV is where you struggle. Because I'm worried you might fall asleep.
I got to tell you, I never read a script before, so I don't know. Hard to say, but I guess the setting's a little bit different, you know? I'm active, I'm participating. It's a give and a take. I'm not just passively consuming something.
Hey, look, I got to be honest. I can hear the sound of me losing money right now, so we need to read this script.
Let's go. Okay. Exterior. Lonely Oklahoma town. A tumbleweed tumbles past a row of suburban houses in what seems like a ghost town. Almost seems kind of like the quarantined environment that we are living in right now.
It says that in the script?
It says that in the script. Sorry, I may edit that out as we move further from the situation, but like I tried to put in the thought process I was going through when I write things. It seems almost as if a government ordinance has asked everyone to stay inside. Intercut, Fox News. There is a subprime mortgage crisis in this country. Intercut, CNN. These Democrats are in Congress and they're being stupid about this. Intercut, MSNBC. Ooh, I'm a big dum-dum. I don't know what I'm talking about. Cut back to Oklahoma town. We move into one of the houses, a beautiful, tidy house with a big apple tree out front. And we move in through the window, and I guess you can do this with camera technique, that even if there's a window in place, you can kind of move in through it.
Alvin, I've told you don't need to write that in the scripts anymore.
I just want to play it safe. Okay. We go into the living room, and we see a family sitting around the dinner table. At the end, the father, Don Paul, is a stern-looking man, grizzled, where he's obviously worked hard in his life. His wife, Ann Paul, who is beautiful but doesn't know it. And their daughter, Bland Paul, who's also beautiful but knows it. They are having a roast dinner. And another dialogue starts.
Okay.
And this overlapping dialogue. Please go on. Please, it's dual dialogue. Please go on.
Okay. Mother and
so happy
father.
to have my family here.
Please listen to me. You're always speaking over me and interrupting my words.
Yeah, sorry, Bland. Bland, I'm sorry.
Why can't we ever have a nice dinner?
Mother and father.
Don't take that tone with me, Missy.
Just spit it out.
I need a moment to formulate my thoughts because these words have been on my heart for so long unspoken. I must leave this family today on my 17th birthday to be with the man I love. He is a subprime mortgage lender.
A shock falls over the dinner table. Anne and Don are absolutely flabbergasted by Bland's striking words.
My God, I'm absolutely flabbergasted right now, Bland. This is the ridiculous. Don't you know that that subprime mortgages are bad?
I
Father?
never thought
It's dual dialogue
my
again.
house.
Father. Mother.
Yes, sweetie.
Yeah,
I'm your mother.
Bland, you keep saying just father and mother. You can continue the sentence.
I want your attention on me. And I hope it's okay I'm taking liberties with the script. I just think saying father and mother over again, I think there's something really there that you might want to add in.
I wasn't
Okay.
going to say anything, but it's absolutely, hearing it kind of puts things into perspective, and we really want to hit home that she is like a child, and they are like a father and mother figure, because that's what they are.
It really seems like that, and I'm really picking up on that in the text. It's one of the first things I saw when it said she was their daughter. I thought, okay, so that means the woman is the mother and the father is the father.
Yeah,
You know
this
what
is
I
kind
mean?
of subtext that can get lost in the action,
Well, like
and you kind of want to move it into the dialogue sometimes.
But so
I'm
here's
trying.
what I'm thinking about. It's like when you're going to pass someone the ball, you want to communicate to them and you want to say, I'm going to pass you the ball. But then you don't want to communicate it to the other team. You know, the other team sees you're going to pass that guy the ball, then they're going to be there to intercept the ball. So you got to communicate enough so that the guy on your team knows that you're going to pass him the ball. But you don't want to
Is this-
tell the whole world, hey, I'm going to pass this guy the ball.
Is this a metaphor, Dad? Coach?
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to wrap
Because
my head
I
around this.
love metaphors. I put them in my scripts all the time. I just keep an eye out for them.
Well, while we're giving notes,
Because-
can I give you a note here, Alvin, on
Yes.
that first scene? I just noticed
Yes,
that
please.
that's where that first scene ends, but that scene sucked.
Is that your note?
Yeah, that was a terrible. Nothing happened in that scene. Actually, too much happened right away, and then nothing happened.
Well, now we know that Bland is going out into the world to be with her subprime mortgage lender.
Yeah,
boyfriend.
that's literally the
I think
first
that's-
line of the movie. I don't know anything about her. The only thing I know about her is more from your description of saying that she is beautiful and she knows it, and the mother character is beautiful and
Well-
does not know it. And then right away, the first line of dialogue, we learn that she's going to run away from home with a subprime mortgage lender. First of all, the vocabulary on that seems to be ahead of the crisis.
Well, Blake Snyder always says, the sooner you can finish this first act, if you can do it on page 1, just get it done. Kick it into the second act.
So
That's what the meaning is.
you've made the first line of dialogue not only the first line of dialogue but the first act turning point.
Yes. If Bland, we know what she is. She's the daughter of these two people. We know there's a subprime mortgage crisis.
You know that
happening.
she's beautiful and she knows it.
Yeah. She knows it. We know that the initiating incident is the subprime crisis, and then her breaking into the second act, the turning point, is her going to be with. And let's see if there's maybe an internal conflict going to happen with this boyfriend character. So we should probably cut to somewhere deep into the second act.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so wait.
Interior. Sorry, are you good?
What page
Okay,
number are we
it's-
turning to?
Deep into second act, it's page 3. So,
All right.
interior, Wall Street trading floor. Stocks and bonds, shout the traders on the floor.
Stocks and bonds. Stocks and bonds.
That's great.
Stocks and
That's great.
bonds.
Stocks and
Bonds.
bonds.
Stocks, bonds. Buy, sell.
Intercut, Fox News. Stocks are going down. Intercut, CNN. Bonds are going down. Intercut, MSNBC. Obama is good. Back to the trading floor. And we see people walking back and forth, and the camera pushes through the crowd, and we notice a very handsome, possibly Hungarian, of this Hungarian descent man, and he's called Johnny, and because he has he's trading on the floor. Sorry. All of that, I'll I wrote this in a week, and there's a lot of hesitation in some of this.
I am getting a little sleepy.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, so all of a sudden he runs through the crowd and approaches another broker, and he speaks. Anyone can take that character. I mean, the father and mother are not going to be in the
Oh, okay.
for a while. So,
hey, brokers, other broker. I'm Johnny.
Yeah, hey, Pete here.
Have you noticed that this stock market is not going very well today?
You know, I gotta tell you, I woke up this morning and I said something different is happening today.
Yeah, that's exactly how I woke up too. I woke up and I turned over to the empty side of my bed where my new girlfriend usually sleeps, and I said that this is weird.
That's exactly what I said, but I said it to my dog.
the bell rings. Ding, ding, ding. This means the end of trading.
Hey, you hear that?
Yeah, that sounds like the bell that signifies the end of trading.
Brokers shuffle off to go to respective bars and fancy parties.
Hey, let's meet up sometime and go for a drink, buddy.
Yeah, I would like that. What are you doing now?
I'm going out for a coffee. You want to come?
Yeah, I would really like that.
Hey, cool.
They walk out of the room. The camera follows them, and they exit onto actual Wall Street. They walk past the bull and the bear. No, there's only a bull. Sorry. That's supposed to be Tipexed over. They walk past the bear.
Is the little girl still there?
No, no. This is set in 2008. The little girl isn't already there.
Oh.
The desecration of Wall Street, as I like to call it.
I actually, that little girl is based on a little girl that I actually represent, and she's adorable. And she hates bull market. She hates insider trading. It's based on her real life. I represent her.
She hates insider trading?
More than anyone I've ever met. I can't believe it myself.
And she hates bull markets when the markets are doing well.
Yes, I mean, yeah, she's a hateful child.
I bet, because when I look at that statue, and Alvin, I believe in Crash Bang Fire Boom, we also destroyed that little girl statue at one point in that.
That's crazy because I'm kind of fixated on this statue as a symbol. Again, I use a lot of metaphors. I use a lot of symbolism in my writing. And I think if you're going to have any kind of movie that's about business or about contrasting ideologies about how to run the economy, you have to include the biggest symbol for capitalism.
You got to get that girl into sports. You got to get kids into sports young.
The little girl, she looks
out of trouble.
She looks like she's ready to catch a pass from. She's like a quarterback.
Yeah, hands up.
She is a quarterback.
Hands up.
She really is. Is what she does now. She's incredible at it. She's got an arm on her like you wouldn't believe.
So this girl sounds quite incredible, actually.
Oh,
she's a little football playing girl.
Quite a talented person that you've got in your wheelhouse.
She's unbelievable. She's SAG eligible too. She's SAG eligible. She join anytime she wants.
Hey, Alvin, can I just give a quick note on that scene we just read?
Yes, please.
I'm a bit worried that this is deep into the second act, and there were fewer things that happened in that scene than had happened in the first scene.
Well, the second act is all about the fun and games of the script.
Oh, the second act is the fun and games of the script.
Yeah, because they're going to this party now, and this is where we see the, my point of view growing up in Hungary after the fall of the Iron Curtain. Of course, I could see the wonders that capitalism could do, but I could also, after the Orban regime came into play, I could also see what it can lead to. So this is my treatise on proper capitalism. And I wanted to kind of show in the next scene. Okay, let's just do it.
Okay.
Exterior club, Phantom. Johnny and Peter approach Club Phantom. The sound of the booming bass comes from out of the door. A big bouncer is standing in the doorway, but Johnny walks right up to him past the line of revelers.
Hey, two people going into Club Phantom.
Hey
don't
man,
think so.
saw how the market. Oh,
This dual dialogue there, the bouncer and Peter talk at once.
hey man, I saw how the markets were doing today. Looks not so good. My portfolio is tanking. Y'all come on in.
Oh, nice. I like that he's folksy like that. I may rewrite the bouncer character, give him a bit of
Well,
a
that's
bigger
just
role.
me. That's just what I'm bringing to it because that's just how I speak. So I couldn't possibly change it.
Yeah, I mean, this is, I think art sometimes imitates real life and vice versa sometimes, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna write that down.
I mean, I know, just sometimes sometimes you'll see something on the news that is more incredible than anything that anybody could have come up with. Or actually, that's kind of a mixed metaphor that I'm doing. It's more like you see something happening on the news and it's like, like Outbreak, the movie Outbreak, or the movie Contagion. And now what's happening with this world today.
And you think that stuff's
tighten
real?
up your pump-up speeches, buddy. You gotta
okay.
tighten up your pump-up speeches.
Listen, I'm a man of the written word. I'm not a man of speech.
Right. Wait. And tick, 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 tick.
Tick, tick, tick. Okay. Interior, Club Phantom. Everyone is partying on the floor. It's a lot of women who are beautiful, and some of them know it, some of them don't know it. Some are in the process of discovering it. Peter and Johnny enter. They go straight to the bar. Johnny sidles up next to a very beautiful girl. We have yet to know how much she knows about that.
Hey, bartender. Give me. What do you want, Peter?
A double.
Yeah, bartender.
Hey, I'll give you a double. I'm the bartender. Man, it's crazy what's happening with the stocks today. My portfolio is really taking a massive hit. This one's on me and the house. You guys look like you know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we do. So thanks for the free doubles.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want one for the lady?
Yeah, do you want a free double, lady?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, here's a double for you, beautiful. Now she knows.
I've lived my whole life without thinking that I was anything special. And now I have this strange realization that I'm beautiful.
Hey, can I interrupt you for a
know
second,
it.
Alvin? Can I give a quick note?
What?
I just noticed that
This
her
is
monologue.
beautiful.
I noticed that her monologue goes on for 3 more pages before anyone else says anything. What is?
Was it something that I was doing? I was just getting into it. I think I should.
I'm so excited. I want her to be from Georgia now. I mean, this was great. Maybe I'll move the whole thing to Georgia.
But I'm just confused because this is a character who you didn't even name, and they have a 3-page monologue.
Well,
about how beautiful
I
they
don't know if
suddenly
you-
realize they are.
I don't know if you have heard of art films, but I think a film that is set as a drama in post-crisis America maybe wants to be introspective a little bit about people's feelings.
Oh, this is set in post-crisis
get it.
America.
Well,
I think I get it.
Crisis
It's like a
happening in
change-up.
America.
Okay,
It's like a
okay.
change-up.
I'll I'm sorry.
It looks like it's coming fast and then it comes slow.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want you to feel.
It's a change up.
So, okay, let's skip the monologue. Cut to interior, Johnny's penthouse, night. Johnny enters, the elevator doors open up straight into his apartment. He walks in, and Bland is already there in a nice nightgown.
Oh, Bland.
Well,
hi.
hello, sweetie.
Y'all got to decide who's playing who. I just got to say,
Well,
just from an agent's
I'm
perspective.
the wife.
No, you know
I was already the wife.
No, you're the mother. You're Anne, not Bland.
On the wrong
Oh,
page,
sorry.
Coach. You're on the wrong
Oh.
page.
Sorry.
Don't worry, Anne comes back.
I
at
thought
some
it
point.
was
That-
time for the sex scene.
But that line of dialogue you just said is on the next. It's on a couple pages from now. So just
Yeah,
you
the
keep that
sex
in-
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I don't know if you find it too European that her mother is present for the sex scene, but what can I do? I'm European based and born. Baby.
Is that a trend in European cinema?
Well, I don't want to go too deep into it, but I think one of the most, daring things in cinema today is incest, and one of the most daring things happening in porn is stepmom stuff. So I think just if you want to be on the cutting edge, you really need to mix these things together somehow and shock people.
Okay.
She doesn't participate. She's just kind of like, oh, this is the circle of life. You see all the, like, you go to the zoo, you see all the monkeys fucking. I mean, some of them have got to be the parents, right? And they're seeing their, you know what I mean?
And these are the European monkeys.
Well, yeah, I mean, any monkey.
Okay.
I think it's universal.
So Bland is the daughter, and Anne is
Yeah.
the mother.
Yeah.
This is why you can't name your plays too similar. The kids will never remember them.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good comment, Coach.
Yeah.
That is a good and also maybe going forward, your titles don't need to all have 4 words as well.
It's my trademark.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's go continue with the scene.
Okay.
I fall
we're-
asleep
yeah.
before the title comes on anyway.
So so Johnny
No,
enters.
that's why
right?
I want to hook you and get it into the second act as soon as possible.
Okay,
Fun and
so-
games. Let's
Okay,
go.
okay.
So Johnny
Alright.
enters. Okay. Oh, hi, Bland. Hi, you're here.
Hey, baby, you didn't give me a key, but I went ahead and had one made.
Huh. That's so resourceful of you. Man, I've had just about the worst day imaginable.
Well, let me pour you a double. You tell me all about it.
Okay.
We cut
thanks.
to a montage of her preparing double and giving it to him. We kind of follow her body up from the toes, the bare feet, up her shin, and past her femur. And
Oh, hi, sweetie.
it's the sexy scene is suddenly interrupted by
Mama!
the door's open and Anne is there. Anne Rand enters the apartment.
Oh, hi, sweetie.
Wait. This woman's name is Ayn Rand. I'm sorry, I have to stop.
So that's a typo. It was supposed to be Anne Paul. I was mixing because of Rand Paul. I was mixing. Sorry, I'll fix that.
So the doors do not open to reveal Ayn Rand. I'm just making sure I got what is the right up
You know what? No, hold on a second.
We can get her.
I'm looking
I'd
through the
love to
script,
have
Alvin.
her.
Maybe you don't remember, but it does appear that Ayn Rand does become a very central character in all this.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do. It's kind of like The Secret, wish fulfillment. And I write Ayn Rand into every script I write, just hoping that she will be able to finally make that switch into acting that I've been hoping for.
Yeah. I like this
I will
move.
say this. I will, if I can just jump in, that hateful little girl I know who plays football, I think she could do this part. She's not hate in her heart in a way that you would not believe for a child.
So
She
hold
could
on
do
a
Ayn Rand.
second. So you're saying this little
could.
girl who hates insider trading and bull markets is someone who would be able to fulfill the role of Ayn Rand in a positive sense?
Hey, don't try to out agent me, baby. Let me sell you on this. Because here's the thing. She hates bull market. She hates insider trading. She hates her own parents. She hates indiscriminately without even a coherent ideology. And I haven't read much of nothing, but I think that maybe if you just get someone who is kind of charismatic and hateful, she writes 1,000 pages of the most kind of unreadable book of all time. I think.
Now that's some convincing public speaking.
You sold me, Tara. You sold me.
Alvin, you heard that? You
I heard that.
Alvin?
That's beautiful. I'm crying, literally tears. I want to say,
Wow.
let's continue with the scene. We'll I'll skip some parts. Okay.
Who of us is playing Ayn Rand though, just so we can have clarity on that?
Okay, so I'll just do Ayn Rand's line.
Okay, you're gonna play Ayn Rand. Okay, great.
Yeah, but okay. She enters. Johnny, a look of familiarity comes over his face.
Huh. That looks like someone that I've seen on the back of my favorite book.
Hey, Johnny. I finally got your letters, and I'm so excited to team up with you and do great things. Pour me a double. Ayn Rand is beautiful and knows it. Bland immediately pours her a double, walks over to her. We follow her feet as she walks to Ayn Rand. We follow Ayn Rand's feet up her bony shins, past her blue skirt.
Oh, hi, sweetie.
Sorry to interrupt one more time, Alvin. One more time.
Yeah.
You mentioned that this is a montage, yet the only parts of the body the camera seems to focus on are feet and shins.
Well, the montage cuts suddenly when Ayn Rand enters, and we are kind of re-entering the montage.
But what I'm worried is that you called it a montage, but it described one long shot and that then cut to a different moment. It was not really a that kind of defies montage, at least from what I understand.
Well, I don't know if you've ever seen the movies of Sergei Eisenstein, but by putting montage in there, I do mean it's a Russian type montage. It's intercut with videos of wildlife running around in Africa. There's a video of a champagne bottle, popping. There's a video of an oil leak from a tanker. It's
you didn't write that in the script at all.
No, but this is for the director will know that a montage is not like a bunch of small scenes that I'm writing. They will know that it's supposed to represent the feelings felt by the characters in that moment.
Okay, it's just weird that you would not describe those images in details, just assuming the director would know. Sorry, Coach Dan.
Okay.
I just want to nitpick one more thing, because then you earlier described how it's possible that a camera can move through a window. I think a director would know how to do that, but the director would not necessarily know that you wanted a Russian-style montage in which wildlife and champagne bottles and all this kind of stuff appear. I'm just saying, these are just notes.
Hey, I gotta wake up at 5:30 to open the weight room. So,
all right.
Still have to open the weight room now.
Yeah, it's good to keep habits.
Okay.
So just to be clear,
you don't want the mold to grow. Sorry, mold.
And Paul was off screen. The when she says hi daughter there. That's what the script says, right? Yeah. So she's off screen. Hi, sweetie. Yeah. She enters, and at that point she sees what is already. I'm not going to read the script. She sees there's like a budding kind of sexual tension between Johnny, Bland, and Ayn Rand. And she kind of just lets it play out, and she just hangs back like a monkey would, when its child is engaging in polygamous kind of, play in the zoo. And just we stay with that for a little bit. Let's go further into the script.
Okay.
Turn all the way.
That scene was hard to act out.
I'm sorry. This is a passion project. I wrote it over a weekend. Let's turn to page 135.
Okay.
Kind of late into the second act.
It's kind of very late into the second act now.
Okay, at this point, Johnny has turned out to be working for the bank, the bank that is foreclosing upon the Oklahoma house of the Paul family. He and Bland have had kind of a falling out. So Bland has returned to the family to recuperate. So let's just read this scene. Interior, Oklahoma tavern, night. The Pauls all sit by the bar, kind of drinking away their worries about being foreclosed upon.
I'll tell you, Anne and Bland, this whiskey really makes me forget about being foreclosed upon.
You're drinking a whiskey? I thought we all ordered doubles.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I can't even remember what I'm drinking. You're right. I'm drinking doubles.
I really shouldn't be drinking at all, yet I've already had one double because I'm pregnant.
A shock falls over the entire room. The music actually stops playing, and two guys playing pool in the corner turn around. The bartender drops his bottle to the ground. Well, there goes the rest of my doubles.
What did you
Bland.
just say, Bland?
I said I should not be drinking, yet I have already had one double.
No, but what was there was an important detail you mentioned in the other one. The first time you said that sentence that you didn't say again.
I don't know. I think I said everything that I said.
So the
I'm
only thing we
feeling
should need
nervous.
to know is that you should not be drinking, yet you have?
I think I heard what I think I heard.
What did you think you heard?
I think I heard it and I want to hear it again.
Yeah, I think I'd like to hear it again.
Mother and father, I am in the family way. I am with child.
You brought a child in here? Is that what I
Mom,
heard?
I don't know. Well, I guess kind of. I think maybe we had a.
Well,
I'm
bring him
pregnant.
over here.
We intercut. Fox News. Laugh begins at conception. Intercut. CNN. We should overturn Roe v. Wade. MSNBC. Benghazi is good. I love it. It's gonna happen soon. We come back to the tavern.
The news
What
is
are
crazy.
you telling us?
Oh,
Just spit it out.
Yeah, just say it. I don't understand this with child business.
I'm your mother. He's your father. Tell us what's going on.
Before Bland can speak, the saloon door swings open because it's kind of like old-timey like that. And in walks Johnny. He's backlit and stout and beautiful. And he doesn't even have to decide whether he knows it or not because he is that much of an alpha.
I think I came here to find a Bland. Is a Bland here?
Bland, is that man saying your
Sorry?
name?
Bland. Oh my God,
I
Bland.
don't know.
Bland, is this
I'm
man the
glowing.
child you were talking
Johnny,
about?
Can you guess why?
That's a great dual dialogue. I love it. The music starts playing again. People start playing pool. The bartender picks up another bottle. Well, I guess I have some more doubles after all. Everything is cool now that Johnny is in the room.
Well, I wanted to come say that there's good news, everybody. It looks like the
You
government.
found the lost child.
No, I was going to say it looks like the government is going to bail me out specifically.
Well, I just want to interject. There is a whole side plot about a lost child that has happened in the second act. I mean, that's kind of the B story of the whole thing, but we didn't really have time for it.
Yeah, no, but I did want to. I was flipping through the script. But I did want to at least talk about that subplot.
Well, yeah, okay,
Very
we can talk about
compelling.
it.
It felt very autobiographical, Alvin.
It is a little bit. It's a little bit about how growing up in Budapest, there was not a lot of work to be had, and I had to dream. And I went kind of stumbling into the world, trying to make something of myself. And when the child returns in the movie, it says, "This I'm returning to your bosom, Brit," in a way.
You were riding the bench.
That's true. I was riding the bench. It's a beautiful, beautiful metaphor. And Coach, I gotta pick your brain after this is over, because
sure.
these sportsmen, we don't have American football in Hungary.
Oh, tragedy.
It is.
Sport's gonna die. It's gonna go away soon. I didn't want to live to see that, but it's
Wait,
still here.
wait! Did they find sports old tweets?
You keep trying.
I think it's got to be in the screenplay somewhere. I'm just hoping for it to.
Well, at
Appear
least
on-
you answered my question about the autobiographical
Okay.
child subplot that
And
we
I'll
never
just,
really.
I'll just jump in, y'all. And my internet is real shit here in Atlanta. I'll be honest with y'all. It's shit. but I do have some really poor kids in Budapest that I represent who they'd run around the streets bare naked for basically nothing, and they can play that part.
Wow.
You pay them pennies on the dollar.
That's great. That's not a lot of forints for the dollar.
I just worry that that subplot has
country.
nothing to do with the rest of the movie. That's my.
Well, it kind of mirrors how capitalism lost its way but returned. In a way, it took 8 years from the crash, but it got back. Just kind of on the tail end of a certain presidency, and then it was right back where we wanted it. And then the child kind of returns in the same way. You know what I mean?
Okay,
let's move on. Okay, let's go to the third act, the final pages. Okay, these are pages 203 to 5. This is kind of the climax, because the external conflict at this point isn't that much about Johnny and Blanche's relationship, or the house has been reopened. What's the opposite of foreclosed?
Post
Refinanced?
open.
Yeah, post open. The house has been post open. The tumbleweed is all gone, and business is booming again. And this is actually 25 years in the future. This is set in 2000. Wait for it. 33. So, exterior, biodome. Johnny and Blanche enter in their hovercraft. They kind of go through. The camera follows them through the window of the biodome. I don't know how biodome works, but like the camera is in, and then it cuts to an interior biodome. They exit the hovercraft.
It just feels like an unnecessary description to have in there.
I don't think it is. Let me finish it. They enter into what is a beautiful kind of sphere of bounty. It's like a Garden of Eden, even if I don't want to use that exact term, but that is the metaphor that I'm trying to create. I'll probably, in a second draft, I'll probably change so I don't have to fully explain the metaphor, but it's like a Garden of Eden. They exit the hovercraft.
Wow.
Another beautiful day in the dome.
Yeah. It almost feels like this is the way life is supposed to be.
I don't even remember what it's like to go outside. We've been socially isolated for so long.
Again, I wrote this last weekend, kind of, quickly. On the screen, Peter appears via video conferencing.
Hey!
Hey, Peter. Hey, what's going on? What's the news with the market?
The market is doing great.
That's good news. Did you hear that, Bland? The market is doing great.
I woke up this morning.
Couldn't be happier.
I woke up this morning and I was like, you know what? Today's a normal, good day. It's a good day. I said that to my dog.
That's beautiful, Peter.
Wow. I'm so glad.
And transmission, it says. Sorry, go on.
Okay, so I'll start with the line. Okay.
Yes, please.
I'm so glad that Obama bailed out the big banks and saved capitalism as we know it. I'm glad that we named our son Obama.
A robot child walks into frame. He's wearing a pantsuit.
Here he is. Change that I can believe in. My robot son. Embrace him. Oh, sorry, that wasn't. Embrace him is the stage direction.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Okay.
It's the stage direction. It's like an order to the actor. Embrace him.
It was written in bold, so I didn't know whether that meant I was supposed to read it or not.
It's about embracing kind of the version of capitalism that I like, both literally and figuratively at the same time.
Hey, Alvin?
Yeah.
Oh, hello, mother and father.
Hi, Obama.
Good morning, Obama.
Hi, mother. Hi, father. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Hey, Alvin.
How?
No, we're going to keep going.
Sorry, Alvin, can I ask a question?
No, please go. Okay, sure. Okay, what?
Why does this take place in the year 2033?
Because it's what do you feel that there's something wrong with that?
I just feel that the future is very relatively unknown at the moment. And this seems like a
It's
reality.
my vision for the future.
Yeah, but this doesn't seem like a reality of the future that is ever going to exist. I'm sorry.
Well, it's in my mind's eye, it exists. Let's keep going with the scene.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry.
Hi, mother. Hi, father.
Hi,
How
Obama.
are y'all?
Hi, Obama.
This goes on for a while. A robotic Ayn Rand enters through the Garden of Eden. Hello, everyone.
Good morning,
Is it
Ayn
time
Rand.
for good morning, Johnny, Bland, and Obama? Is it time for our daily morning lovemaking session?
Oh, hi, sweetie.
Oh, hi. Hi, Anne.
Yeah, Anne enters off stage, and Anne embraces Obama as Johnny and Bland and Ayn Rand start making love in front of them.
Oh, hi, grandmother and grandfather.
This is just like how they do it in porn.
And that's the end!
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, I feel like this is kind of like an anticlimactic reaction to the end.
Alvin, okay, look, you've done a couple of these. You've done a lot of writing. I read all your scripts that you sent me in the past. You know, I read Ship Sails Over Crimson Land, Crash, Bang, Fire, Boom, and the one about the back hurting. I can't remember the name of that script.
Hurting my back always.
Hurting my back
I
always.
think it was called.
But this script is horrible.
Come on, Brit!
This was the worst script ever. I don't know. I don't know.
I thought you told me to write something that is more about how capitalism can really function when conservatives and neoliberals get together to make it happen.
But I'm starting to worry that you are
Brit,
sick in the head,
Brit.
like that you have a fever. That you think this is like.
You think I have a fever?
This is a fever induced.
Are you feeling okay?
Brit.
Yeah, I got a fever, and the only prescription is more incest.
Brit, listen, I gotta tell you. You remind me of somebody. You know who?
Who?
Brit, you remind me of myself 25 years ago. That's how I used to think I had to motivate the kids. I thought
Wow,
you had
that's
to
like
get
the
up
year
there and you had-
2008, scene from 2033. Please go on.
Look, yeah, okay, Coach Dan.
Look, you wanna get the best performance out of your players. You gotta motivate them with something a little bit nicer than telling them they're dirt and telling them how bad and how stupid and how annoying they are. All right?
You're right. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Alvin. I'm sorry, Tara. I'm sorry, Coach Dan. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm letting my panic, my woes and panics take over my opinions.
You know what the best apology is? Changed behavior.
You're right.
Yes.
I'm gonna change
Yeah.
from this day on.
Coach Dan,
Otherwise, you might get canceled. Bada bing.
Coach,
Did I do it?
excuse me, Coach.
Yeah.
This was perfect for my script. Tara, yeah?
I just got to say that speech is one of the most, I mean, my kids can't act for shit. I got 500 kids in my roster, one of them dumber than the next. I haven't seen a performance like that in years since that little Wall Street girl was doing her best stuff. And I was just wondering, I've never taken on an adult client before, but are you interested in representation in the
Wow.
Southeastern market?
You know what? I hear an opportunity. I got to take it. Nobody passes me the ball that often anymore, you know? All
That's
right.
a great metaphor. Again.
Thanks. Let's do it.
Well, at least something
I'm
good came
gonna-
out of this. You have representation. Just like me, I have representation too. And yeah, I guess I gotta keep cracking at it. I mean, I have nothing but time on my hands now. I'm just here, in my apartment with nothing to do, just feeling, more and more shortness of breath by the minute, and just in general, focused on making it happen for myself in the screenwriting world.
Hey, I'm not in charge of this Berlin Open Stage Show business, but is there any way we can you can take another crack at the script and we can come back for another reading of it?
Another reading of the same script?
The same script, just the improved version.
I mean, I'll pitch it to Simon and Garfunkel or whatever they're called. Yeah, let's do it. Cool. Thank you so much for being here with me. Brit Tansickle, anything you want to say?
Look, time is money, and we have a lot of time right now, so I think we're all quite wealthy in that respect, and we should stop looking at our bank accounts and think more about other people's bank accounts, and that's the only way you're going to motivate yourself. So if you're listening to this and you fancy yourself to be a writer, look me up at BritTansickle.com. I will be working for you and making your movies a reality as long as you keep those checks coming, so just remember that.
That's great. That's a great message for the end of this. Coach Dan.
Yeah. You make a commitment, you're on the team, no quitters. That's what I got to say.
That's beautiful. Tara Treadles.
If you got a kid who attractive-wise is an 8 out of 10 or higher, you go on my website, you find me, taratreadlestalent.com/talent. You send them my way, I'm going to make them a big star.
That's great. That's beautiful. Well, yeah, I got to say, I was still hoping to get a few more jokes into the script, because, do I amuse you? Do I make you laugh? Am I a clown? Sorry, I shouldn't be referencing movies that are so obscure, but it's something that it's from a movie I like, and it has funny parts as well as action, and that's what I aspire to as a screenwriter. Thank you to the Berlin Open Stage Show. I'll see you back with a new rewrite of the screenplay we just read.
Forever Forgotten.
Forgotten Forever Home
Forgotten Forever Home Foreclosed. Thank you.
Wow, what an episode.
What a crazy episode. And I that script was one of the wildest things I've ever listened to.
Crazy stuff. We have to thank a few people. We have to thank Allie Huff and Michele Guido. And we need to tell you that we're on social media. Follow us on Facebook and on Twitter. The Berlin Open Stage Show.
At the Boss Pod on all those. And I guess, as always, we want to thank the people we would usually thank. So we want to thank Comedy Cafe Berlin for their continued support of our show, and hopefully the continued support of our show into the future with more live shows. Banglist for our wonderful theme song, and Bear Radio for partnering with us in getting these episodes out into the world.
Cool. See you next time.
See you next time.
Thanks for listening to The Boss, the Berlin Open Stage Show.
The Boss is produced by Steinder Jonsson and Trevor Silverstein and is released in partnership with Bear Radio. You can find this and other shows at bearradio.org.
New episodes are recorded live every Thursday at 11 p.m. at the Comedy Cafe Berlin.
Entry is free, so join us for the live experience.
Also, a special thanks to Banglist for our theme song, and once more to Comedy Cafe Berlin.
The Boss is available wherever you get your podcasts, so be sure to subscribe and maybe even leave a review.
Interested in sponsoring The Boss? Write to us at podcasttheboss@gmail.com.
Thanks again for listening, and see you next time at the Berlin Open Stage Show.